goodness, Eric, you must think I'm better than I am. All right, now this is an accomplishment because I've gone further than I did last time. We did the leap last time and turned around.
Tourists would say to Edward Abbey, this place would be great if there were just some more water. And they said it's got just exactly the right amount of water. And that's true not just of deserts, it's true of mountains. This place would be great if it wasn't so steep. Hey, it wouldn't be a mountain if it wasn't steep.
I like that.
It has too many rocks though.
It's easy to think, life would be great if I just had more time. You got exactly the right amount of time. Just use it.
Wisdom gained on the mountains. Besides, look at those biceps. Philip, why did you start climbing?
We moved to Colorado from downtown Chicago, and we wanted to see Colorado. The best way to see Colorado is by going up, because it forces you out of the city, out of people, away from my desk, and a good 10 hours or so in the outdoors, going through all sorts of different zones. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got beauty, it's got some fear, it's got a great feeling of accomplishment, and then at the end of the day you can eat anything you want. What's not to like about climbing?
The pain.
Yeah, right. Well,
the blisters.
The day after.
that's another
The quads.
another video.
Philip, you've written books on such subjects as disappointment with God and where's God when it hurts and things like that. You're up on a mountain like this and you have a passion for mountain climbing. Is there in any way that you somehow feel closer to God on top of a mountain?
Well, I joke, yeah, I feel 14,000 feet closer than most people, but it's an odd thing. When you are up on a mountain like this, you're aware of how big God is. It's like looking at photos from the Hubble telescope, and we look so small. One reason I climb is because it gives you that perspective. You realize what a tiny little dot each one of us is. And it's easy to get so concerned about my life. I think the world revolves around me. Mountain climbing will take that out of you right away. So there's that odd, large part, and then there's also the intimacy part where I'm away from my own life. I'm surrounded by beauty, and I feel like I can commune with God in a different way. So oddly, I get both majesty and also the intimacy at the same time. And then also, sometimes I get that help, help, help kind of intimacy where I just cry out to God. I need an extra boost here just to finish this climb, just to make it through. And that's how God works. God works in our attitude, in our spirit, transforming us from the inside out.
Right on. Thank you very much.
This is my wife. She's climbing. She's on top of a pyramid. Almost.
Steps away.
Thank you, sweetie.
Janet, you just completed your 51st 14er.
And I'm proud of myself. Thank you.
You've done it with your husband, and largely you've climbed most of these with him.
Absolutely.
Why don't you two tell me a little bit about the journey climbing together and celebrating on top here?
I'm very goal-oriented, so when I started, I immediately had the goal of doing all 54. Janet used to say, I view it differently. My goal is to identify 25 species of wildflowers on the way up, and if I make it to the summit, fine. If I don't, that's fine. Then one day she found out that only about 200 women officially registered have climbed all 54 in Colorado, and those competitive instincts kicked in, and she's now at 51 with 3 to go.
Nice.
Why do I do it? Well, one, I enjoy the great outdoors. Two, it is a huge physical challenge. I should show you the boo-boo I have on my leg from this one. And I enjoy doing things with Philip, and I didn't want to play golf, and he does. So I thought, what can I do? So Philip and I ski together and climb mountains together. And to me, that's probably one place where we've learned the most about each other and about marriage and about getting along and about compromise. I mean, there's just all kinds of wonderful lessons, individually and as a couple. So
has it built and enhanced your marriage, or has it threatened your marriage?
Well, you know, when you climb mountains, you go up and you go down, and that's kind of like marriage. There are ups and there are downs, but if you stick to it. Eventually you sit back and say, wow, we have climbed a mountain.
What you do is when you feel the marriage is threatened, you stop and say, okay, this is threatening the marriage. Let's talk about it.
Nice. Well, congratulations on another summit on a glorious day.
Oh, Eric, we couldn't have done it without you.
Honored to be here with you.
Thank you.
Nice kiss.
Thank you.
Doubts about my wife's athletic ability.
She ran on this trail and that boulder field, and it was wet, and she was going full blast. That woman's an animal.
There you have it.
Pretty animal.